Hey y'all. So today I just feel like, and I'm always like today, but today I just feel like we're gonna get straight to the meat today. No skin, no nothing. Straight to the meat, okay? I feel like today's topic is one that we can all relate to, and somebody needs to hear it, girl, because honestly, I'm about to say it and I need to hear it, okay? So next. I don't know, it's giving like, it really is giving like, come sit down, let's talk. I don't know, I'm feeling it, just the chair, it's the background, like, yeah, she's eating. So today, I wanna talk about surrender, okay? And girl, I don't wanna hear it either. I don't wanna hear it either, and I don't wanna talk about it, but we here. I've been having a lot of issues lately with surrendering, per usual. This is not something that's new for me. This is not something I even have the tips and tricks for. That's also why I'm like, I really don't want to talk about it, because what do I even have to say, you know? But per usual also, God told me to get on here and tell y'all my business, so I guess that's what we about to do. I've always had issues with surrendering and letting go and letting things be as they should. And you know, like I know that that's how it goes. I know that you have to, I know the 1, 2, 3, okay? But it's always hard for me to apply the knowledge that I have sometimes. It's a lot up here, but she doesn't always get applied as she should. It's a reoccurring issue for me, right? So now it's showing up just in the way of, one, the things that I have been believing and asking God for. I'm getting kind of tired. I'm getting kind of tired of waiting. Yeah, that's where we are with that. I'm getting kind of tired of waiting. And because I have been tired of waiting and just tired of feeling like, you told me this, where are you? You told me to do this. Where are you? With me just kind of being at my wits for real with that, I have just started to malfunction a little bit, to say the least. I've started to malfunction just a tad, right? I feel like my system is shutting down. She's trying to reboot. She's trying to like everything at once, because I am at my wits with waiting on these things, okay? With that being said, I have been talking to God, and you know, all of a sudden, he ain't really saying nothing. He not really talking too much no more. He don't really got nothing to say. So I've been trying to figure out what that's about. You know, he's not really talking back. He's not saying too much of anything. That brings me back to just surrendering, right? So it's like you ask God for something and you get to taking a little bit longer than I thought he was gonna take, as is right now. And I just get to malfunctioning, putting my hands in stuff that I don't need to put my hands in. So I wanna make that point first when it comes to surrendering, and how if you know, are talking about surrendering and God, I'm giving this to you and this is this, like, you really got to give it to him. Put it down and don't pick it back up. I was watching an interview recently, and I really like the analogy that he used or whatever. It was an interview with Jay Money. If you know, girl. It was an interview with Jay Money, and he was talking about how we are when it comes to giving things to God, right? So he was just saying how, like, if he gives his homeboy, you know, if he let his homeboy borrow his car for the day or something like that. It was something like that. If he let his homeboy borrow his car for the day or something, and he's constantly like, he gives the car to him now. He's like, go ahead, like, do what you gotta do, I trust you. The homeboy say, I'm gonna be back, and he's like, okay, I trust you, good, like, go do what you gotta do. You know, he get to calling him every hour on the hour, every few minutes on the minute, like, hey bro, I was just trying to see, you know, you good? Oh, okay, yeah, just trying to make sure, like, making it seem as if, you know, he checking up on him, he this and this and that, but he really trying to see, like, what you doing with my car, like, when you gonna be back with my car. He was saying that's kind of the same thing we do when it comes to God. If you give something to him and you trust in him to do whatever it is you trust in him to do, you gotta trust him to do it. Don't keep bothering him about it. Don't keep bothering him about it, because he already know. Don't keep calling that boy like, hey, I was just trying to see how your day going. Like, you this. Like, you don't care how that boy day going. You don't care. And we be doing that same thing with God. Very much just, oh, I'm just trying to, you know, check in on the blessing and just make sure you remember. He remembers, okay? He remembers, girl. You don't have to keep doing that. You don't have to keep doing that. If he said he was gonna do it, he's gonna do it. If you said you trusted him to do it, you need to trust him to do it. Don't keep doing little 5-10 minute check-ins. Like, you either trust me or you don't. That's one point I want to make. Just when it comes to surrendering, it is important that you understand it is your job to put it down and don't pick it back up. Even if it's taking longer than you thought it was gonna take for that car to get back in their driveway, put it down and don't pick it back up, because your homeboy said he was coming back with them keys, okay? He said he was gonna bring your keys back, and if that's your homeboy and you trusted him enough to give him the keys to your car, you gotta wait till he bring it back. You have to wait until he brings it back. You don't sit and be like, oh, okay, I told him he can have it, but he got 30 minutes now. Like, you either gave it to him or you didn't. So from me to y'all, but also from me to me, whatever it is that you believe in God for, whatever it is that you're asking God for, just know that he's gonna do it. He's already done it. He's already done it. That's the thing, like, it's already done. That's easier said than done. I clearly know that that's easier said than done, because girl, I was just crying about it yesterday and the day before that. So what? I know that it's easier said than done, but it just is something that you have to believe and know. You gotta really have faith that it's gonna be done, not on your time. Not on your time. Not on your time, okay? With that, I've had to do like some self-digging lately, because again, I really been malfunctioning, right? The last video that I released, it gave me a hard time. Since then, I have recorded another video and plan to release it, right? But man, that video was giving me an even harder time. I kept trying to make it work, or whatever, right? I wasn't connecting with it, and I couldn't understand why I was not connecting with the video. It's not like the things that I was saying were not true. None of that. I don't know, it was something that just wasn't sitting right with me. I ended up realizing that I was having such a problem with the video and the content itself because it wasn't genuine. Now, I know I just said that what I was saying, everything I was saying was true, yes, but my heart just hasn't been in the right place is the conclusion that I came to. Like, my heart has not been in the right place to be making this content. And it was showing, girl, you could see it all over. Going back to when I was saying, it's like I'm really sitting here telling y'all this story. I hope y'all following me. Going back to when I was saying that, you know, I had been talking to God and girl, he ain't been saying nothing. I realized then, like in that moment, I was like, oh, he hasn't been talking because I haven't been telling the truth. I have not been being honest with God. And like I said in one of those earlier videos, God can't bless what you pretend to be. So you might as well tell him the truth because he already knows. He literally already knows. So what's the point in fabricating to God? Be for real, girl. I think for me, it was just more so, again, like I said, I've been tired of waiting, and these things that I want to happen, I want them to happen now. And I've honestly been shutting my ears off to anything other than it's gonna happen now. God, if you're not saying that it's gonna happen now, I don't wanna hear what you got to say. Like, I don't wanna hear what you got to say. I don't wanna hear what you got to say, literally. I don't wanna hear it. If you're not telling me like it's gonna happen tomorrow, it's gonna happen in the next hour, I don't wanna talk for real. But I'm steady waiting on him to respond. I'm steady sitting there like, God, can you please tell me? Like, girl, you're not even listening. You're not even listening. I had to sit and figure out, well, what am I not being honest about? And then start being honest about it. Since my last video dropped, there's been like a shift in me, right? With that shift, I've just kind of been outside of alignment with a lot of stuff. And I've been trying to subconsciously rush everything in my life while simultaneously, you know, believing that I am surrendering. I already surrendered. Like, okay, all right. So yeah, I've been trying to rush everything. And with that, my heart just inevitably has not been in the right place. I realized that, and I had to be honest with God and tell God, like, I know you already know this, but let's just talk about it. I have not been in the heart space of obedience when it comes to creating these videos here recently. It's very much just been, hey, I want to go ahead and speed up my blessing. So I had to be honest about it. That's why the videos weren't working. That's why I was not connecting with it. It was rushed. It was very much, let's just go ahead and record it so we can put it out. Let's just go ahead and so we can, yeah, that's what it was giving. And I'm gonna be honest about it. Because yeah, I'm not gonna get on here and lie. So that's what it was giving for that short period of time. While I've been malfunctioning here recently. You don't get anything out of trying to beat around the bush with God. Again, because we already know. So nothing was working for me because it was obvious that it wasn't genuine. It was obvious that, you know, I've said it before, but I can't get too far when it comes to me and God and how I operate and all of these things. I'm not able to get too far, baby. So it's not given I'm about to rush and it's gonna work for me. It's not gonna work for me. For me personally, that was actually never your assignment. Maybe somebody else's, but it wasn't yours. So cut it, for real. That's kind of what he had to tell me, cut it. So I'm telling you, girl, cut it. I had to tell y'all the story. But I also want to add to that and say my delay when it came to being honest and all of these things is because I was slowly starting to feel God requiring more of me. It was starting to creep up. It was starting to creep up like right back here, you know? More than I felt like I was willing to give. More than I felt like I bargained for. We didn't have a conversation about this. We didn't talk about this. What's tea? And I'm like, no, like for real, no. Get somebody else to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I am not only tired at this point, now you're asking me to do more. God just, man, like, do y'all understand? Do y'all understand the way that he be doing stuff when it comes to surrendering? You don't get to pick and choose. You don't get to pick and choose, and I feel like I've said this before, but genuinely, you don't get to pick and choose. It's either you're gonna do it or you're not. Also, when it comes to surrendering, it gets to a point, and that's where I feel like I'm at this point, and it's kind of like, you know, but it gets to a point where there's no more tippy-toeing. It's giving head first, dive in head first, dive in head first. No more beating around the bush, no more tiptoeing. Step all the way into it. That's what I felt like he was telling me when I was just trying so hard to get him to answer, and I'm like, wrong answer, wrong answer, wrong answer, wrong answer. Like, I know you can't be talking to me. You actually cannot be talking to me, telling me to do what? Go where, do what, how? You can't be talking wrong answer, wrong answer, wrong answer. It was giving wrong answer, but girl, all God is looking for is a yes or a no. That's it. Do what you feel like you need to do to get through the emotions, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's either yes or it's no. And with that being said, surrendering is not just a one-time, you know, one size fits all. Like, it's not. The more that I go along, just life and whatever, I realize that I don't think I knew that at first. I don't think I understood the fact that surrendering is not a one time, one size fits all. Like, oh, I already surrendered. You got to keep doing it though. Not only do you have to keep doing it, but the surrender is going to get larger and larger and larger as time, things, life, situations, circumstances, as things move up. You're not going to be at the same level of surrender that you were at last year when you surrendered and you just didn't, your back was against the wall and, you know, you didn't have nothing to do but surrender. Or you're going to have to do more than that. Like, and I think that's really what threw me off. I'm like, so you telling me that time, and that time, we gotta go higher than that? We have to give more? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna just drop that there and we can move on. Yeah, the answer is yeah. You're gonna have to keep surrendering and it's not gonna get easier, baby. It's not gonna get easier. I feel like you just grow more and more willing. The type of willing that I was last year, I was not at the level that I am now. I couldn't have been the type of willing that I am right now last year. No. So yeah, it's just like anything in life. It literally just keeps going and you just keep leveling up and leveling up and leveling up. I always use the scenario of like a video game. Literally think of all of this. It's just like one large video game of you, because it is. You're gonna keep leveling up, and you're not gonna be fighting the same monsters from level 1 and level 7. More is gonna be expected of you in level 7. More willingness, more whatever it is gonna be expected of you in level 7 as opposed to level 1 when you was like a little baby and you just was, you know, crawling through the obstacles and stuff. Now you need to know how to jump, flip, and do all that, knock the obstacles over. You feel me? That's what's expected. So it would just be so hard though. Like, I'm saying it, but it just be so hard, y'all. And I know that y'all know that. I just want to make it clear. It be hard, okay? It be hard for me. But for me to y'all, somebody needed to hear it. So I'm just here to say it. Bringing this all the way back around, girl. When it comes to surrender, put it down, don't pick it back up. It's a yes or a no. And you're gonna have to keep doing it. Yeah, you're gonna have to keep putting it down, not picking it back up. You're going to have to keep saying yes or no. Yes, you're gonna have to keep doing that over and over and over and over. You're gonna be at different levels of surrender this time next year, this time next month, this time. Yes, you're gonna have to keep doing it. So let's just put that here. You're gonna have to keep doing it. Those are my 1, 2, 3s for the day. Those are my 1, 2, 3s for the day. I hope that somebody felt me, you know, because girl, again, I've been malfunctioning and whew, God just be doing stuff. And I don't know. He just be doing stuff and don't give you no type of like warning. He don't give you no type of nothing. He just be like, oh, okay, cool, I see she's boom here. It's never what you expect. It's never what you think is gonna happen. It shifts and you either shift with it or you get left behind in your own life. So yeah, girl, if you say you say it again. If you say you won't change, you got to be ready for your life to change. If you say you won't change, girl, I should have never said that. I should have just never said that. I should have never said that. I needed to get that off. It feels good to just kind of just, you know, it feels good to get that off because, girl, I know some of y'all struggling with it too. Please let me be the one to let you know, okay? Just go ahead and do it. It's not even worth it. Just stop trying to, just do whatever. Do whatever it is. Surrender however you need to surrender. Say yes to whatever you need to say yes to. And keep doing it. You know, all of this is scary. Change is scary. Adulting is so scary. It really is the scariest thing ever. But you either want your life to change or you don't. You either want to step into these big changes. You either want, you know, whatever it is that you say you want or you don't. Because you can't want these big things and be scared when big things are required of you. Period. You got to hop on up out of that. Yeah. So, that's all I got for y'all. Love y'all down, you know. Let me see what's time it is. It's 2:51. The way I can sit here and talk for an hour, somebody needs to give me a mic and a grass wall. Like, this is kind of crazy. This is kind of crazy where I can sit here and just chop for an hour. I don't have a fun fact for this week, but I do want to leave y'all and say, 1, don't be desperate for nothing. That's a whole nother video, girl. Don't be desperate for nothing. And 2, believe in yourself and walk in whatever it is that you know you have the ability to do. Your gifts, stop shining in the background and stop trying to act like you don't know how to do what you know how to do, okay? Get out there. That's all I gotta say. That's all I got to say. But yeah, girl, love y'all down. I will see y'all when I see y'all. And it's just time to lock in. That's really all I gotta say. And yeah, take that how you will. Take that how you, yeah, take that how you will. Take that how you, yeah, take that how you, yeah, take that how you will, yeah.